All right, hello internet friends. Welcome to the Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.4 MSQ and quest number 1, Currying Flavor. Roshan eyes light up when he sees you. And we're back. Bay, it is good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? Wrong side of a mouse. We've yet to hear from Y'shtola regarding her search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero... Sup? Is something the matter? No. Bay paid us a visit, and so I was appraising him of recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Oh, yep, we're gonna... Yep, see? Called it. My helmet's still on. Probably should take my helmet off. I'm not Shax. Would you like to come? Well, she's asking me to go to lunch? A rare most welcome invitation. Timely too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It'll be my pleasure to join you. Oh, was she asking Varshan out to lunch and not me? No maidens. And then Varshan asked me. I've been second wheel asked. Will you accompany us, of course? Come then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Something tells me this MSQ is going to start off nice and wholesome, just getting some lunch. And then stuff will indeed happen. Let's turn off my helmet. I thought I was going to turn it off during the cutscenes, but it did not. So where we go? We're going over to the cafe. We are outside the Maheen. I'm imagining if she was going to get food, she'd be there. Let's see. Oh, there's like a food truck? Oh, it's like a spice truck that pulled in. Interesting. The Merry Merchant. If you would gauge the city's prosperity, there is no sure way to visit the bazaar and observe the people. This I learned from Ahewan and his predecessors. You're with Mistress Zero? How rare to see her with others. Wow. Yeah. I'm picking up some more spice. Mayred told me to do so before my next visit. Mr. Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters, Noe, Hanish, are fond of spicy food, but not any of us could keep up with her. I'm pretty sure she doesn't taste... She's like a zombie. She doesn't really taste... She probably needs a lot of spice to taste it. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Maheen can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now then, variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mistress Zero's usual. It'll help to keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I expect. Selection of spices. Colorful array of spices peer out of hempen sacks. I could pick the lustrous crimson powder, the aromatic black corns, the little red husks, the coarse yellow flakes. Little red husks to me feel like dried peppers. This is a chili powder of some sort. Obviously a pepper, and then yellow flakes might be like a ginger. Let's go with the red peppers. These tiny husks give off citrus-like scent. Okay, I've been duped. Perhaps they imbue dishes with a zesty note. Oh, you can check them before cure. Okay. These corns tickle your nose with a pungent yet enticing aroma. One can imagine them lending dishes with an appetizing accent. Bright red in color, this powder is hot just to look at. It will likely induce a healthy sweat when consumed. This is chili powder. These flakes appear to have been grated from a thick root. Okay, yeah, a ginger then. The sharp aroma suggests a bracing flavor. Maybe let's go with the ginger then. A bracing flavor. See what happens. Probably just different dialogue if we're reacting to it. Oh, it's a fine choice. But don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Raw ginger? Zero may wish to observe your reaction. It would be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. I'm just gonna chomp on some raw ginger, even though I just the item animation is just throwing it up in the air. So you tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A jolt of fire courses through your entire body. Sounds like ginger. Excuse me, sir? Pardon me? Mr. Giant White and Gray Tonberry. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero. And do give Mered my regards. Indeed. That's a large Tonberry boy. Just rolls up. It's so chunky. Did you see that? There's so many ways to make your character in this game. It's a little wild. All right, where's... Like, she is completely covered. What? Please help. Oh, no. Okay. I clicked on her hat.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
We're back.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
X.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it.
Wink, wink.
There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once.
Mm-hmm.
And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel.
Yeah.
Another time, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think his simulacrums need to eat. They're just animated dolls, basically. Although you could bring a large pot of it up to the Megaduta. But it would need to be like a dragon-sized portion. It's like a giant trough of it.
Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Then I'll have His Excellency's helping. If I could have mine a touch milder.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
They better bring out a giant trough of
It
curry.
gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzatan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation, and naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world.
The story about to get real dark. It's starting off so wholesome.
A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew.
Where was the depression? What? I mean, I meant like this right now, this patch, right here. Right now.
In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
I mean, the Rubicante stuff is a little sad.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek.
Here it comes.
What is going on?
What's happening?
Curry for the whole machine.
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
Ah! It burns! It burns!
Anyone forget we're playing an anime game? If you ever forgot, it reminds you now and then. It reminds you.
To better maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food.
But
However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
what delay? It was like 3 minutes.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this.
All right, Zero, calm down.
Come. Let's replenish our ether.
A little scary right now. A little scary right now. Dude, my bun is totally ruined after this. Or not. Apparently I'm fine. My whole life flashed before my eyes and it was exhilarating. Thought the spices we picked were perfect. Just compliment the spices. Let Zero be the one that's going ham. This is like a mocha latte or something? What's going on with this? I thought the spices we picked were perfect.
I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Merid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment.
Oh no. Estinian's not gonna be able to eat this. He's gonna have like one chunk of bread with it and start crying.
By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
Let us indeed. I like that they at least took our gloves off to eat. Even though I don't think it would stop Zero. The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you are ready to face them head on and with feeling. Do I get a buff? Did I get like a food buff for that? Spicy circulation 22. Reforged by the flames of truly challenging curry. What? I don't... Okay. Sure. Reforged by the flames. Yeah. Oh no, I guess we're going inside. We've talked to the attendant. Welcome back. Master Estinian. Yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. Excuse me, we're going to Estinian's chambers. I'm a little overdressed. It's been 4 months or so, almost 5 months. I gotta break out the Estinian voice.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
Unless he's actually voice acted in this scene, then it's fine.
I enter.
What? What? Oh. He's in a Final Fantasy game. Yoshi P.
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Good thing my collar pops open.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks.
What?
Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Okay.
Shall we disrobe as well?
They know what they're doing. That's okay. Sure, Yoshi P. Sure.
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
I mean, it is funny, and it's an anime game, right? But also, Zero is like a weird zombie demon, sort of. So, I don't know. I don't know if she would have the same physical appetite drawn on by an elf's naked upper body. Sorry, an Elizin. I do like how that's gotta be the thumbnail. And I have to get that as the thumbnail for this episode. The whole eyeball looking down, the cross cut to Estinian's naked torso. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
At last. We've been looking for you.
Hello, friends.
My friends, tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Oriange's assistance.
Hello, Oriange.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
So extra. It's always too long of a wait between listening to Oriange dialogue.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th.
Correct.
Unlike here in the source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound.
True. So that's the Crystal Exarch she's talking about.
All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th. Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Oriange's counsel.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
Okay. What was that smirk?
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm.
True.
My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the brand's imprisoning Zodiac. And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all.
Right.
May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the Star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
Talking to me, Oriange? You're talking to me. Yeah.
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work.
Alrighty.
We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
God, the custom text for the Dark Throne is so good. It is really, really good. The key art for this goes real hard. I'll just take the silver pieces, please. All right. I cannot thank you enough for your constant support. You have no shortage of allies at your disposal. Thank you, Zero. Oh. Is the dungeon the second quest? Going ham. It's a type of people. The H-A-A-M. But this is the Ether Front, which is the dungeon. So we'll just go right into the dungeon right off the rip here, I guess. All right. So be it. If one and all are ready, let us set forth our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of the alchemists of the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. You don't... Come on. This could be the quest that leads to the dungeon, and the dungeon might be the third quest. We will accompany thee thither. So unnecessary. Oh, man. All right, head to the High Crucible. Hello, Teddy. Hello. This is the room where you do your Manderville weapons. Considering the Manderville vendor and Geralt right down here. Geralt. Such a massive staircase. proportions in this place are a little weird, but they also are for elephant people, so. Opening a gate is about as difficult as I expected. Indeed. My apologies for the delay. Aye, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Oh yeah, Urianger hasn't seen the grown-up Barshan. Allow me to explain Y'shtola's plan in greater detail. Can I get a head nod, chat? As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mara Lamentorum, that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and the subsequent delivery of it onto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telophoroi's spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater aetherial balance of our world. Thus, we must seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal onto the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ilzabard contingent. If we would employ it to a different end, or to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe that they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the ether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? Aye, likely a location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. To the airship, then. To the airship we go. Airship landing is all the way outside by the farmland. Let's head over there. I sometimes come here for the view. It's beautiful. It is. It is the other side of the whole valley, although it is fair skies, but it is completely pitch black out. Except for the moon and the stars, of course. All right. I am most keen to know more of Urianger's potential solution. In the worst case, I was prepared to offer one of my eyes, but it seems it will not come to that. That's good to know. We definitely need to go back to the whole dragon eye corruption thing. All are present and accounted for? Excellent. We shall travel to Sharlayan and thence seek the nearby Isle of Haam. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of ether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was powered by aether harvested from the isle, but as we all know, the alternative power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Don't you dare, Urianger. So passage onto Ultima Thule, the very limits of existence, was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. Damn it. He brought it up again. What a butt. As such, the Isle of Haam's vast aether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the forum's permissions. Yet again, we needing permission is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear. But as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, no longer are we recognized collective, a somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail. The students of Baldessian. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Annex. So not the dungeon. This is all the setup for the dungeon. Oh. We just take the airship and we're all of a sudden here. Hello, Ojika. It's Ojika. Welcome back. What brings you here today? Such a colorful company. Yeah, I can't even click on anyone else. They're all smished in here. Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we have come to seek the student's assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Kryl. She's in the main hall, sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. It's Graha, isn't it? It's Graha. Hold on. Go talk to Zero. An island literally bursting with ether. That's the sort of paradise Void sent dream of. Please help me. Please. Roshan. When I last came here was to deliver my sire's scales. How long ago it seems now. Well, everything up to the end of Endwalker took a year. So we'll proceed to the main hall. Did we get Graha dialogue? It's not Graha. I see. It's other Bun Boy.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Hi, Kryl.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
Zero? Come on.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
Oh, gosh.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway.
Oh.
Erenfil occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
I wonder if that's a breadcrumb for the Criterion dungeon that's coming up. Well, the variant and Criterion.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition.
Hmm.
As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guild ship business, but rather... homecoming.
What?
But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Is that a hint at that we're gonna go to the Viera homelands? I mean, male Viera aren't allowed back in once you leave, I thought. Very curious.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Haam. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
Mm-hmm.
An invasion from the 13th. Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
Yes.
You have a knack for finding trouble.
Thanks, Aaronville. Nice contribution to the conversation.
If cleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession. It's true the Isle of Haam is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission.
Yep, okay.
Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance.
Excellent.
Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
Fortuitous.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Haam was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any cleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction.
Biggs and Wedge.
Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charlotte and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system.
Fair enough.
You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
Okay.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
I'm so armored up. Hello, Mia. Hello. Good afternoon.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward.
Kryl, that desk. Girl, that desk.
Oh. A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
And she waddled away.
And what have we here?
Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
They are setting up a lot of little hints at other things to come. They've already set up 3 things so far, and it's only not even been 2 quests. That's probably the dungeon right there. So we have the dungeon that comes out in like a month. We have potentially Viera Homeland. That's what Erenval was just hinting at. And then the whole Gleaner line about that could also be the dungeon, the whole like unknown stuff and where they're going to procure some things. Okay. We also had shirtless, sweaty Estinian, so I mean, like, I don't know where else. It's just peak Final Fantasy XIV right now. Okay. I have a feeling this storyline is about to get a wee bit darker. I'm flying on a pig. I'm flying on a pig. Okay. The first person Urianger asked about our target immediately told us where to go. Is there a place where you do not have allies? Well, we did save the whole star from going poof. I mean, for sure the entire habitable planet knows who the Warrior of Light and Dark is, even though we're not the Warrior of Darkness here. Just the Warrior of Light. Though it is not the first time I've seen it, I remain in awe of this sky's magnificence. Never did it occur to me that such an expansive facsimile was within men's power to create. Oh yeah, this sky is fake. We're in a giant underground domed structure right now. Yeah, Labyrinthos is a giant underground city. Urianger? I believe we have found our researcher. Hello, Margaret. Hello. Visitors, how delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you've caught me in post-deadline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how ether harvested at the Isle of Haam was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of information is permitted. Oh, it's not a bother at all. We built special tanks that can store the ether, just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for etheric capacity. A pity we never got to use them. Ah, how muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large and we extracted ourselves from the waist-high mire of work only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? So I guess she was awake for a very long time working on all this stuff and she didn't sleep or eat? I take it that's what she's describing? Technically in the game's timeline, the end of the world, the Endwalker MSQ was probably within the past couple of months? Even though it might be like 4 months or so between patches story-wise, it's only like a couple of weeks each time. Because again, the first 10 years of Final Fantasy, from A Realm Reborn all the way to the end of Endwalker's main story, is a year. And we're just a few months later, I guess. Not even. Maybe 2 months? 2.5? 2? Whatever. We don't have an official timeline yet, so. Why, I feel positively functional. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing at the knife edge of failure. Scientists. Yep, that's my face right now in real life. think Zero likes it. We are glad for you. Quite. On the subject of aether tanks, do you know what became of them? Uh-oh. What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Are they just not in the loading bay or the construction hall? Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, I've been on vacation and you haven't. What is happening in Labyrinthos right now? Very well. We shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look after thyself. Yeah, seriously, what the hell? Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggesting of recent furlough. It's hard to read for Urianger sometimes. We are looking for an NPC that looks like he just got back from vacation. Life outside of work. What a concept. Yeah, I assumed that she was basically just working nonstop, right? Working nonstop, not sleeping, etc. for quite some time. I'm gonna ride a pig real quick. Follow the crowd of people. I don't know what a vacation is, but that man strikes me as more relaxed than most. I don't know what a vacation is. Oh! Is it who I think it is? Dude, it totally is. I forgot his name specifically, but that's totally him. That's the engineer guy. I am pretty sure. Is someone else around? Oh, hold on. Urianger. All is well, and I pray 'tis the same with thee and thine. Now, dost thou perchance know of one recently returned from vacation? Hate that. Varshan, what's up? If we can avail ourselves of these tanks, we shall be well on our way to securing the aether we require. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you indeed. I can't jump over that bush. Ooh. Hello, Kokol. Is it going to be voiced? No. Dang. The face that launched our teeny tiny toy boat. How have you been, babe? Able to catch a bit of rest? He's slightly southern, I guess. I don't know. Well, if I don't know where the aether tanks, who in beer God's name would? Born right in me very own workshop, they were. I don't think any Lalafell can sound like this, but whatever. Pleasure as always, Master Kokol. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some. But I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. Pan up, fade to black. Passage of time. That's what that camera trick means, if you don't know. I see. Think I've got the long and short of it. Goes without saying, but we all know we all owe you more than we could ever repay. If you need our aether tanks, then they're at your disposal. There's just one problem. Need the Forest's approval to set foot on the island of Haam. Were it up to me, you'd be the one on the next ship out. But that lot can't wipe their arses until it's in accordance with procedural motions. Oh my god, really? You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. Okay, of course. Thaliac, Stumpin' Thighs, Master Foshino, and Scholarark Montagne. Montagne? What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. I'd hope that the matter of pandemonium has not overshadowed by other concerns, but that is a discussion for another time. That's the raid, which that'll be like a day after tomorrow, maybe tomorrow kind of a thing. But yeah, there's a whole new raid quest line. And the end of the previous one, 8 months ago, was quite the cliffhanger. So, interested to see where that story is going. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Haam for the purposes of aetheric extraction on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of ether, the island is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any such creatures you encounter. Alright. That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Now, we simply owe the students of Baldessian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude. Oh, sun's come up. Fake sun. We have taken the liberty to arrange your passage to the Isle of Haam. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Excellent. Then I'd better get those tanks loaded onto the airship. It will be ready to take them where you need them, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex. But should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. Freaking sudden Fortuno. Good grief. I mean, it definitely doesn't have the same feeling as it did going from Shadowbringers into Endwalker, but he's still kind of like very, very powerful person in this part of the world. I do appreciate that just like blinking us around to the MSQ locations. Not every time, but most of the time. That's Master Fortuno and Scholarark Montagne should personally deliver these glad tidings. We must endeavor to repay their faith in us. It seems this forum is like Alizé. They help others simply because they want to. Well, that was her father. But also not exactly. Not exactly. All proceeds apace thus far, and thanks to the enduring bonds you have forged. Who am I talking to? So many people? The cheery captain. Hello, yes?
Bound for the Isle of Haam. You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect.
I like your glasses.
If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Is it Estinian? Is it Graha? Is it Thancred? It is Thancred. Let's go. Dad Crid has
Forgive me
entered.
my delay.
Look at this handsome gentleman.
Thancred, 'tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly.
Not exactly, but yes.
Urianje tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee.
He's saying he's a dad. He's got dad powers.
I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
Oh, he's talking about because he's a gunbreaker, but I think it's probably because he's a dad. Not biologically a dad, but a dad. And Zero's probably what, early 20s? And Thancred's now what, early 40s because of the time jump with him? No. Well, maybe like mentally. The Aetherfront now accessible. His body isn't that old, but his mind is because of the time dilation that happened. Okay, goodness gracious. All right. It is dungeon time. If you're watching live, it'll be dungeon time in mere moments. If you're not watching live, it'll be dungeon time in the next video. That's how this works. See you then.